Hello, everybody, and welcome to webinar number 2 for you members out there. Please just put a number 1 in the chat box if you can hear me. And yeah, just want to make sure that all the audio and visual is working correctly. Put in the chat box if you can hear me all right. Put a number 1 in the chat box just while we kind of wait for more people to get in here. Yeah. Neil, there we are. Number 1.
Welcome to the webinar.
Welcome, Ben. Welcome. Awesome. We're going to wait a couple minutes to make sure the more people get inside of here. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for today's, actually. Today's is going to be sweet. You guys are going to learn some top-notch SEO strategies from the best of the best, Mr. Jordan. So it's going to be pretty awesome. Pretty excited for this. Yeah, awesome. Sweet, sweet. Remember, guys, during this webinar, please ask tons of questions. We really want this to be super beneficial for every single one of you that's in here. So ask lots of questions, get a lot out of this. This is a great opportunity for you to basically get like one-on-one between like Jordan and I with you guys, kind of like in an environment, get all your questions answered. So this is a great opportunity. People have been asking for this. So yeah. Awesome stuff. That's what's up, Neil. Awesome. We're going to be starting here in just a couple moments, just wanting to see if anyone else is going to join. If you guys want to ask any questions about anything in general before we start, that's unrelated to SEO, because we're going to get into that here. But if you have questions about like anything else related to CPA marketing, we'll kind of do a quick Q&A here at the beginning. If you guys have anything, if not, then we'll just kind of get started. But if you guys have anything CPA marketing in general, throw the question into the chat box and we can answer that quickly before we jump into this here. If not, then we'll just jump straight in. All right. No questions? Then we might as well go for it, Jordan.
All righty. Welcome to the webinar. My name is Jordan, of course, as you know, and I'm going to be teaching you about SEO today. The most effective SEO strategy I'm going to be teaching you guys. The strategy that has worked for me when ranking my CPA money sites, and the strategy that everyone should be using. So the plan for this webinar is I'm going to, like I said, be showing you the most effective way to rank your websites in Google. I'm going to walk you through the process step by step, and I'm going to be performing the actions in front of you, so you know exactly what you need to do. And any questions that you have, I'm going to be answering them live. And yeah, like I said, I'm just going to go over my main ranking technique that's proven to work. So this technique is one that works and not one that gets results. So you guys should be all over this and take this as gold, because this is really what's working in SEO. And one last thing before we start, at the end, there's going to be a Q&A session if we finish early. But if not, then like always, you guys have the Facebook group to ask questions and things like that. This webinar is pure value, and there's going to be no hidden pitch. And there will be a replay in the members area, hopefully It'll be up by tomorrow, Monday. And this webinar is going to be 1 hour in length approximately. So let's get started. Today's topic is going to be about PBNs. And if you've never heard of a PBN before, then don't worry. I'm going to show you exactly what a PBN is, and I'm going to show you exactly how to set up a PBN. And I'm also going to show you exactly how to use the PBNs that you create. So what exactly is a PBN? Well, if you've never heard of it, it's basically a set of domains or websites that you own that is used to rank your money sites. Most commonly, PBNs are built on the WordPress platform. Now, the reason why PBNs work is because they are built on expired domains with some good quality inbound links pointing to them, giving it more authority. Now, if you've watched the SEO video in the members area, you know that I went over competition analysis. And in that video, I talked a lot about trust flow, citation flow, domain authority, and page authority. Well, when building a PBN, you look for the exact same metrics, which is another word for an authority domain. And you're going to be building your PBN on that domain. Now, you can use these websites that are created on authority domains by creating a backlink on it, which will pass on some of the link juice or authority, resulting in a higher ranking in Google. Now, I'm going to show you all this later on in the webinar, but just for now, just so you guys know what I'm talking about when I say the word PBN. Now, this seems kind of easy. I mean, if setting up and maintaining a PBN was super easy, then everyone would be doing it. Now, a lot of people are currently using PBNs to rank their sites, and it's one of the most popular ways to rank in Google. However, there are many things that you have to worry about, so Google won't de-index your PBN, therefore making it useless. And all that money you spent on it would go down the drain, which is not what we want. So we want to do it right the first time. Now, we call these things that Google looks for footprints. Footprints are these things that Google uses in order to link each one of your PBNs together. And then once they've confirmed it's a PBN, they will de-index your whole network because PBNs and link building is against Google's terms of service. Now, when I say footprint, it could mean a lot of different things, but this list I put together is just a very, very basic checklist of footprints to look out for. Now, outbound link patterns is one of the easiest ways to get your blogs de-indexed. So it's like a link from all your PBN blogs to all your money sites and never any other links. So if you're only linking out to your money sites and Google sees that, then it's going to be very easy for them to determine your site is a PBN and they will de-index it. Now make sure your whois information on all your domains is different. Make sure you're using a unique plugin and themes when setting up your WordPress site. I'll go through this in a bit. Make sure your blog loads and make sure there are no errors or anything causing it to show a blank page or a 404 error. Also, don't use any Google tools such as Webmaster Tools, Analytics, AdSense, or any other tracking codes on your PBNs, because this is the easiest way for Google to see that your site is a PBN. So in short, your goal is to make each and every one of your blogs or PBNs unique and also make it look like a real website. Some more footprints that Google will go by to see if your site's a PBN. You're going to want to use common registrars, and don't use Whois privacy on more than 20% of all your blogs. Also, don't buy all your domains on the same day or from the same marketplace or registrar. You want to mix it up. For example, register one domain on Namecheap, another on GoDaddy, another on one-in-one domains, etc., etc. You want to be as unique and as random as possible. That's the key here. Now, you don't want to use cheap hosting, but you also want to get different hosting for each of your PBNs. Now, that can be difficult to do, and it could be costly, but I have a solution for you, which I'll get to later on. Now, other things that are smaller are like too few blog posts, no social bookmark shares or links, no links to other websites, or just the look of it feels like a PBN. Now, this was just a quick overview on footprints. I mean, I'm going to have a whole bunch of tutorials and stuff inside the members areas as the next few videos, and I'm going to go over ranking and SEO much more. So this webinar is just going to be focused on PBNs. Now, before we get like anything, there are advantages and disadvantages with building a PBN. It can be very time consuming, and it can cost a lot of money once you have a bigger PBN. So the advantages I want to go over are you get high authority backlinks to your money sites. These are the links that you get from PBNs are the highest authority links you can get that you build yourself. And you can control the content around your backlinks. You can control the anchor text of your backlinks. And you can alter the content of the anchor text, or sorry, the content or the anchor text at any time. Now, when buying links from people, you don't get any of these options. You can't control the content, you can't control the anchor text, and you can't make changes if something happens in the future. That's another reason why PBNs are amazing and that you should build one today. Now, the disadvantages for PBNs is that it's difficult to find good expired domains. You must host each PBN on a unique host. You must use original and unique content because you don't want to get hit with a duplicate content penalty on your PBNs because it will make it useless. And lastly, you're going to have to manage, it can be up to hundreds of other similar blogs that you need to make unique. Each one of these blogs has to be unique in order to make it work effectively. Now, lastly, you need to know that using PBNs to rank is against the Google terms of service. So Google has the right to remove your site from their index if you do not play by their rules. Now, I'm done rambling. It's time for me to actually build a PBN and show you firsthand what it's actually like and what a PBN should actually look like. So I'm going to do that now.
Actually, Jordan, right before you get into that, I just wanted to say to everyone, I know this might sound like super confusing and daunting right now, but Jordan's going to show you guys how to do it. And it's nothing you guys should be freaking out about, but it's something that every single one of you needs to know in order to do any type of SEO on the internet. It's like something that everyone in SEO knows, something that works, and something that's allowed both Jordan and I to rank countless websites, and it's kind of where the large majority of our earnings are coming from. So he's going to go in and teach you everything that you need to know. I just wanted to say that.
Awesome. So when building your PBN, the first step obviously is finding a good expired domain to build your PBN on. Now, if you don't know where to get those, that's not a problem. By tomorrow, I'll have a list of places where you can get your domains, and it'll be this list will be posted with the webinar replay. So The domain I got was this domain right here. I mean, it's not the best domain looking at it now, but I mean, if you only have high authority domains on pointing to your money site, then that could also be a footprint. So it's not a bad thing if you have a few lower quality domains in your network. So I'm going to be using this domain for the purpose of this tutorial, just to show you what you actually need to do. So it has a trust flow of 11, citation flow of 21. It has a DA of 14 and a PA of 29. So the first thing we're going to need to do is connect our domain to hosting, which I have already done. If you don't know how, you can watch the tutorial in the members area to do that. So what we're going to do right now is just simply install WordPress onto your domain. So from the HostGator cPanel, I'm going to go over to the Quick Install tab, and I'm going to simply select WordPress. Next, I'm going to select the domain I want to install WordPress on, and I'm going to leave it in the default directory just so that all the links I make get the stats of what are shown here. Because the authority I have on this domain, trust flow of 11, citation flow of 21, this is only the authority you get for the root domain. So I want to make sure my WordPress is installed on the root domain. So when it says install path, you're just going to want to leave that blank. Next, you can make your admin email. And your blog title. And once you're done filling that out, you can just install WordPress. Your install is complete. Click here to view your notifications. I'm going to take that off screen right now, just in case it shows a username and password. All right, it does. So I'm just going to simply log in to the WordPress that it installed for me, and I'm going to continue on from there. All right, so I am now inside of my WordPress site, and it's a fresh install of the WordPress, and I'm pretty sure that there are pretty much just the default plugins. I could delete those if I wanted to, but it doesn't really matter. So the first thing we're going to want to do is pick a theme for our WordPress site. It doesn't matter what theme you choose, but you want to make sure that the theme you choose is not the same for each and every PBN. So what I like to do is go over to your WordPress dashboard, click Add New Theme, and browse through the Popular Themes section. Now, you want to try to look for a theme that fits the full posts on the home page. Now, there's usually options to change that around once you have it, but it's easier to do if you just select a theme that shows full posts. Like this one looks like it would show the full posts. So I'm going to go ahead and install it. And I'm also going to activate it. Now, if we go back to my PBN, I'm going to see that it has the theme, and it's starting to look like a real site once we add content. So we're going to go through and customize it. And we're going to look for the option that says display full posts on your on your homepage, and that is right here under content options on this particular theme. And I'm going to uncheck show post excerpts, so it's going to show the full post, which is what we want. Awesome. So the next thing we have to do is install plugins. And like always, we want to make sure that the plugins you install are not the same on every PBN. You want to mix it up a little bit. And usually what I like to do is just click the popular tab and choose plugins from there, because these plugins all have lots of installs. So it would be harder to make them a footprint. So we're going to install a SEO plugin. For this purpose, I'm going to install Yoast. So once we have an SEO plugin, we're going to get a security plugin. And the first one I see is WordPress security. Again, over 1 million downloads, or sorry, over 1 million active installs. So it's going to be pretty hard for Google to link it to all your other sites, since 1 million plus other people have this plugin installed on their PBN, or sorry, on their website. So after a security plugin, we're going to want to add like a contact form plugin. I noticed there's already some up here, but the one I like to use sometimes, or most of the time, is contact form 7. So I'm going to install that. And then there's just 2 more plugins that we need. One of them is going to be this one right here, Google XML Sitemaps. And then lastly, we need a plugin for a terms of service and or privacy policy generator. So we'll just type in TOS. Terms of service and privacy policy generator. You want to try to get one that has a lot of installs, just to make it safer for you. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this one with 70,000 plus active installs, and I'm going to install it. So we have installed the plugins that we needed. So terms of service, contact form, XML sitemaps, WordPress security, and Yoast SEO. Now, the next thing we need to do is make it look like a real website. So we're going to add a Contact Us page just to make it look like that, that we have an actual website and an actual business. So Google, we want to fool Google and make it look like that our website is a real website and not just a website used to rank in Google. So I'm just going to quickly create a Contact Us page. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go down to the contact form plugin that I created. And I'm just going to grab the default one and paste it on the page. And once we see it, there is our Contact Us page. So now next thing we need to do is create a privacy policy or terms of service. All just to make it look like a real site. I mean, you don't have to take these exact steps, but these are the steps that I have used in the past that have gotten me ranks. So this is what has worked for me, and this is what I'm showing you. So it works. That's all you got to know. So terms of service I'm going to create, and I'm going to go down to the plugin again, and I'm going to get the terms of service details that I need. I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to copy the shortcode into the page, And then I'm just going to simply edit the details that it gives me. It doesn't really matter what information you put in these boxes. It's just to make it look real, which is, of course, the main goal that we have for building PBNs. State of California, it doesn't really matter. And save. So now that we have our terms of service page set up, we can preview it, and we'll see that we have a terms of service on our site now. So another thing I like to do is add the terms of service and add the contact page to the menu, just to give it a more personal feel, like a real website would have. All right, it's looking nice so far. We can see our menu is added at the top. And then what I usually like to do after adding a terms of service and a privacy policy is add one more page that has to do with the niche on your PBN. Now, this PBN, you can't see Majestic because I'm currently not logged in, but this PBN had a topical trust flow of home and cooking. So I'm just going to create a page that literally has a whole bunch of videos of cooking and make that on the PBN. But I'm not going to do that now. I'll have that ready before the replay is posted tomorrow. So you can come back and check it tomorrow, just because it would take too much time and you guys would get bored. So after we're happy and we make our site look like a real site, I mean, this isn't something I would use, just to let you know. I would make it look more real first, like adding a fave icon, I don't know how to pronounce that. Adding a unique logo and making it a bit more personal. But for the purpose of this, I'm just going to continue on. So the next thing I'm going to do is publish the bait article. Now the bait article should have something to do with the niche of the domain. So in this case, it's a foods niche. So I'm going to paste my article I got from iWriter. There's the link to iWriter. That's where I get all my content for my PBNs. So I went on iWriter and said, hey, I want an article talking about the foods of France. And they gave me an article talking about the foods of France. So I'm going to go into my posts, and I'm going to simply delete the hello world that's there on every WordPress install. And I'm going to add my new post. And oops. And bam, there is our post. Now, if we look at it, it looks fine. There's a lot of content, but you're going to notice that there's no images. There's no rich text elements in this post. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go through the post, and we're going to want to make it look like a real post. So to start, I'm going to bold all the subheadings. And then what I like to do is just make it look nice. I'm going to justify this. And then I'm going to add some images. So 2 or 3 images is enough. You don't want to go overboard, just because it is a PBN and it doesn't need to be absolutely perfect, but it still does need to look like a real site. So I'm going to get an image of what the article is talking about. And I'm just going to simply insert it where it makes sense in my post. All right, and then I'm going to get another image here. French cheese. Cheese is always good to have. It doesn't really matter. I want to get a high quality picture so it looks non-pixelated and non-rushed, even though I'm rushing this right now, just so we can fit all the content into this webinar. That's a good idea, Ben. He says to save money, I just use translated content. He says he's been using it for 2 years now with 0 problems. And yeah, that's a really good option to use if you don't want to pay for your content. So I'm going to get one more image. And then after I got my last image, I am going to find a video. Oops, don't want that. I want to insert the image into the post. There we go. So now when we preview the post, it's going to look a bit better and it's going to look more like a real post. So the next thing we want to do is we want to link out to a website. Since we're going to be linking out to our money site in the future on this PBN, we're going to want to link out on this article as well, just to make it look like that it's something that we always do, like linking out to other pages. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a high authority link you link out to, but it should be something related. So I'm just going to go Foods of France, and I'm going to turn on my Moz bar and just look at something with an all right page authority and domain authority. It looks like this one. And then I'm just going to link out to this website just to make it look legit. So French food. Right here. So I can just get this keyword, French food. I can simply add the link to that. And I'm just going to make it open in a new tab. There we go. So now we've added our outbound link. And the last thing we have to do to make this look like a real post is add a video. So at the very bottom, I'm going to add a video. Let's see if we can find a random video. Oops. There we go. I found this video here, how to cook a certain food. Perfect. So I'm going to actually put this video under this section because that's where it would make sense. So I can just embed the video like that. And once I preview it, you'll see that we have our PBN bait post all set up and ready to go. So we can now go in and publish that post. Actually, before we do that, let's just make a new category, French food. Awesome. So now it is officially ready to go. So we're going to go post that. And we're going to go look at our PBN now. So when we go to the domain, we're going to see our post. And it's the full post like we wanted. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, you see at the top where my domain is, you'll notice that when I analyzed it on Majestic and Moz, it included the www dot on it. So what I have to do is I have to go in and I have to, where was it? I have to change my WordPress so it will take the www dot version of my domain. Where was I? Settings. Right here. So we are going to have to do this. But actually before that, I'm going to leave that out just for now. But in order to change that, all you would have to do is type in www dot And the same for the next one, www dot, and then simply press save at the very bottom. And then you will see that your WordPress will have www dot in the front of it like we analyzed it and like we want it. So after we do that, we're going to want to index the PBN. Now, it is best to index your PBN naturally, meaning like you just let it sit and wait until it's indexed. But this PBN has already been indexed when I bought it. So you'll see that there's a whole bunch of links that are already indexed that are in Google that lead to pages that aren't found. So since it's indexed, we can go ahead and post our money site article, the article that we're going to use to rank our websites. So we're done creating the PBN. Next thing to do, like I said, is the article. And what I'm going to be doing is going to be try to rank for CPA training course. Now, I'm going to be ranking our Divulge Academy homepage, and I'm actually going to be making a case study about this in the members area in a few weeks. And this will be part of the first video. So what I'm going to do is the exact same method I used for the bait post. I'm going to create a new post, but this time it's going to be the post of, it's going to be related content of my money site. So in this case, it's going to be content about CPA marketing. Now, it's all right if the content is not related to the thing on your PBN. For example, my PBN's theme is Foods of France, and then I'm going to be randomly posting about CPA marketing. Now, that's okay if you have a relatively smaller PBN because the footprint is smaller. But if you're doing that on all your PBNs and making it making all your PBN posts not relatable at all, then you're going to have a problem. So to get around that, you can write articles that relate to both your money site and to your niche that is on your domain. So you just got to get creative, and you have to think outside the box when creating your articles. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to dab right in and use the use an article on CPA marketing. And then I'm actually going to just take this keyword right here, CPA marketing and training, and I'm going to put the link to Divulge Academy inside of the post, just like that. So this anchor text is CPA marketing training, and that is the anchor text that I want to, that's the keyword I want to rank for. So that is how I'm going to link out from my PBN. Now, like the last post, we want to make this post look like a real PBN, or sorry, like a real post as well. So we're going to want to add images, we're going to want to add videos, and we're going to want to do all that good stuff. We're just going to do that quickly here, but obviously if you're making your own PBN, you want to take the time and you want to, we can just use this one. As I said, you want to take the time and you want to make the site look like a real website. You want to even fool yourself and make yourself think that is a real website. And the reason you want to do that is, like I said before, is you don't want Google to know that this is a PBN. You want Google to think it's just a regular site that is giving the user valid information. So yeah, we're just gonna make this look like a real website, and once we do that, we will be ready to go. and then just a short video just to make it in line with the last post on my site. We're going to get a YouTube video of CPA marketing, and then just any video. It doesn't really matter. And there we go. We've inserted the video. So basically all we did was paste our article and link out to our money site using the keyword that we want to rank for. In this case, CPA marketing training. Now, what I like to do just to make it more safe, I mean, add an extra layer of safety and uniqueness, is I like to link out to another authoritative domain inside my post, just so it looks like you're not giving all the link juice to the domain you want to rank for. I mean, Google's pretty smart, but they're also pretty easy to trick if you take the correct steps. So I'm just going to link to this Wikipedia page, and that's that, and publish the post. So now when we go back to the main page of my PBN, you're going to see that we have the first post I made, which was the bait post, the post that we're going to use to mainly get our site indexed. And once our site is indexed, then we can add our money site post, and that's where we link out to the money site that we're trying to rank for. In this case, it is Divulge Academy that we're trying to rank for. And like I said, there's going to be a whole bunch of videos on this, on creating PBNs, on the whole SEO strategy in the members area. But this webinar is just supposed to show you how exactly to make a PBN and how exactly to use a PBN. Now, that being said, there's really nothing much more that you need to know. Just the main thing is you need to make it look like a real site. Now, when I'm looking at this site, it does not look like a real site right now. I'm going to, after this webinar is done, just to save time, I'm going to go in and edit it. And by time tomorrow comes, you guys check this PBN, you're going to see a website that looks like a real website that people would actually go to for information. This way, you're going to trick Google into, like if you get manual reviewed, you're going to trick Google and they're going to think it is a real site. Now, do you guys have any questions at all? I mean, that could seem kind of confusing if you're new to SEO. I mean, if you're not new to SEO, this is a really good review on all the things you need to do in order to rank your site using PBNs. So if there's any questions, I'll answer them now. That's pretty much it for the training. I mean, Kyle, if you want to add anything, go ahead. But that's pretty much all I had planned for this, is actually creating the PBN and using it to post to your money site.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was awesome. I thought that was super beneficial for all of you. But if you guys have questions, whether it's advanced, whether it's like super basic stuff, we want to be able to answer, like Neil, Ben, and Dave. You guys, if you've got anything. The other thing that I guess we have a little bit of time here. The other thing that I guess we could go over is just some common mistakes that beginner CPA marketers or really advanced people will do that'll actually waste them a lot of money in the long run. We could kind of go over a few of those. I was kind of thinking, so Jordan, you could kind of think of one, but I was kind of thinking of really the one that kind of I got stuck on, but basically the mistake of going after super, super difficult keywords. You guys, like obviously with CPA marketing, it's about getting tons of traffic. But if you're not really good at SEO, like at the beginning, you shouldn't go for the keywords like weight loss or anything like that, because it's going to be just impossible. And I think a lot of issues with affiliate or like CPA marketing, any of this stuff, is that people straight off the bat just go for these crazy difficult keywords, and they end up failing, and then they end up thinking that they don't know how to do SEO, when in reality it's just because of what they're actually going after. So what I think we would all suggest, Jordan and I would suggest, is going after like long tail keywords. So those are going to be keywords that really, they're like expanded keywords instead of just like simple ones. So if you were doing like French foods, instead of like trying to rank for French food where there's going to be a lot of high competition, you could do like how to make French food in under 10 minutes or something, where it's like a much longer keyword that's a bit more specific, where you're going to get the same traffic, but you are going to be a little bit more successful off the bat. And then you can use those earnings to try and build towards bigger keywords.
Ben, you had a good question about blocking crawlers. And yes, on most of my PBNs I do, but some of them I don't. And that's because if all the bots are blocked on all of your PBNs, that is another footprint that Google could use to tie all your sites together. Now, yeah, it's a great idea to hide it from your competitors, like your powerful PBNs, your most authority, your highest authority PBNs. It'd be a great thing to block crawlers. Now, I can actually show you exactly how you would block crawlers on your PBNs. And like I said, you don't want to do it on every single one of your PBNs, just because obviously that is another footprint. So there's two ways you could do this. You could do it the easy way and type in, there's a block bots plugin. I don't know if I can find it. There, right here, Spider Blocker. I mean, it's 9,000 active installs. It's not too high of install count, but this is exactly what you would need to block all your bots. Another way you could do it is by editing your htaccess and your robots.txt. But I can do a video on that in the future, because right now that would take too long for this. I can put a the list of bots to block, if you guys already know how, inside of the replay area tomorrow. Just so you guys know what you're doing, and I can do a little write-up on that. But yeah, long, not really story, but long story short, you want to block your bots on your more powerful PBNs, but not on every single one of your PBNs.
Awesome stuff. Any guys bring in some questions if you guys have any. If not, then think of questions later on and ask them in the member area. As you guys, actually, we could just do, as you guys are thinking or typing questions, we could do a little bit of housekeeping. As you guys saw, we completely updated the members area and everything. So we hope that you guys enjoy kind of the new updated look to the members area. We want to be able, as Jordan's kind of pulling it up, we want to be able to update you guys on exactly what is actually going on. So actually we have basically made it for now that we are going to update you guys with videos on the 15th and then the 30th of every month. So we wanted to be able to really help you guys, so that you guys know the exact days that videos are going to be posted and everything. And yeah, so we're going to have some good stuff coming soon. We're also going to start some case studies. I know Jordan was talking about SEO case studies. I'm going to start up an Instagram case study and everything. So you guys are going to be able to get all of that. But everything's going to be found kind of on this homepage. As you guys can see, all of our upcoming webinars and everything in general. So we've got some new content coming for you guys on the 30th here. So that'd be next Saturday. But yeah, that's kind of the plan that we've got now. We're going to keep doing these webinars every other week. And I mean, if you guys ever have something where you're like, I really want almost like one-on-one tutorial, which would be kind of like a webinar where you can kind of ask questions while we're doing something, something, just post in the Facebook group and say like, hey, here's a webinar idea, something like specific. Not like we have tons of stuff that we can do, but if there's something specific that you guys want done, then we can like put that to the top of the list. And if there's interest in it, then we could do that. So yeah, that's basically everything with Divulge Academy. If you guys have any SEO related questions or any questions at all related to CPA marketing at all whatsoever, this is your chance to kind of get that like one-on-one answer from us. How are like just kind of post in the chat right now, like how your websites are doing and how you guys are coming along, where you think your issues are and everything.
Neil, does the majority of your results conversions come from SEO? And currently, yes. I used to do Facebook ads like full time, and I used to love Facebook ads. But it seems like they've become more strict nowadays. And for me, at least, getting accounts isn't as easy as it once was. Like suppliers are slow these days, and it takes so long to respond. So yeah, I've moved to SEO now, and I just love SEO because once you know what you're doing, there's really the sky's the limit when making new sites and new sites to rank for, because literally anything you think of, you could turn into a niche and you could rank it in Google and see results pretty quickly if you know what you're doing. So yeah, SEO is my main source of income right now.
Yeah, and I would also, I kind of like add to that and agree to that. I think SEO is probably, out of all the different ways to get traffic to your website, SEO is probably the best, because it's once you get everything set up and once you rank and once you kind of hold that ranking, it doesn't really cost that much in general. Like once you get there, like Facebook ads, you've got to spend a budget. So you're spending like $5, $10, $20 a day, and then you're getting that return. But with SEO, it's just, it kind of ranks and then it's there. And then you just basically just get free traffic that you're not doing anything for whatsoever. So in that case, it's like awesome. All right, guys, we're kind of running down into the last few minutes here. So if you guys have any more questions, we would love to answer them, or we can end the webinar here. And it would, yeah. So any last minute questions, feel free to ask, whether they're expert or beginner questions. We will answer. And then if you think of a question later on, like I said, just ask in the Facebook group. Hope you guys are all finding success in CPA marketing and everything after joining, and I hope it's been very helpful for you guys. We're trying to feed you guys with the best content ever, and yeah, we've enjoyed everything we've done so far. We've seen a lot of success from you guys. Alrighty. Well, it looks like we may be out of questions and everything. Jordan, is there anything that you would want to say is like a common mistake you see people make in SEO before we kind of log off here?
I was actually, before you said yours, I was thinking the same thing. Going after harder keywords, especially in SEO, because these people that are ranked in the first spots for SEO, they have a huge budget and they're going to do whatever it takes to hold that #1 spot. So what I would suggest is going for smaller niches or long tail keywords, as Kyle suggested, and just having a whole bunch of those. Because if you have a whole bunch of smaller keywords generating $25, $50 a day, you can easily get to where you want to be making money online. If you just keep working hard and adding to the niches and keywords you currently have, instead of going after one big keyword. That would be my main tip I would give. And another thing unrelated, there's going to be a lot of SEO tutorials coming soon in Divulge Academy. I love SEO. I love teaching SEO. And there's going to be a lot more teaching in the Academy coming soon.
Awesome. Well, it seems like the questions, there might not, it doesn't seem like any more questions. I know there is a delay on when they show up. Oh, here we have. Do you guys use main WP or similar to macro your PBNs?
Dave, if you mean to like manage your PBNs, I just use spreadsheets. I find that the easiest way to keep track of everything. And of course, it is footprint free. You don't have to install any plugins or anything like that. So I would just suggest using a spreadsheet with all the information you need for your PBN.
Sweet. Ben loves SEO as well. Well, it is one of the best things to do out there. But yeah, so awesome. So if that's all the questions that you guys have for today, then we are going to log off here. And I just wanted to say thank you for every single one of you for showing up, showing your support, and having that opportunity to ask questions and really taking full advantage of this stuff. We've got lots of content coming soon. Just stay tuned. And yeah, we really appreciate every single one of you being a part of Divulge Academy. Jordan, any last remarks?
Yeah, thanks for showing up and staying all the way to the end. I really appreciate you guys making all this possible for us. Thanks, and I hope you guys have a great Sunday night, depending where you are. It's Sunday night for me. But guys, I hope you guys have a great week coming up as well.
Awesome. So we are going to log off. That's it for tonight, guys. If you got more questions, ask it in the Facebook group, or if you think of something in the next few minutes. But really happy to have this opportunity to talk. And Jordan, I know he's awesomely happy. And yeah. All right, guys. Well, have a good rest of the evening.